Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the 8th-year passer, two-time Pro Bowler from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They'll run with the former Bill, Zach Moss. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. You look at this Raiders defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Nift fights through, and now a crease. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. So no gain on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Well, this defense for the Raiders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Play action now, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
Meanwhile, Stroud's a throw completed to Hyatt.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Looking Hyatt's way once again.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The Raiders at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Yeah, maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. On 1st down, here's Stroud. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Mills.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
They begin the drive with Robinson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now Prescott. This is caught by Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Lets it fly for Thielen.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. He'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play action. Here's Stroud.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Deep to return is Darius Davis.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Robinson up the middle.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And now the rookie's free. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Prescott off play action. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 4th down, on his groupie to try the field goal.
This will be, 38 yards out. And his kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Prescott stripped, and the Raiders pick it up. There he goes, right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He finds his man complete. That's Moss. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jonathan Taylor, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Kyler Murray with over 300 yards passing there. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. Philly and Tampa at 7:15, followed by the Super Bowl rematch from a couple of years ago. The Rams and Bengals from Cincinnati. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. C.J. Stroud and the offense back out there.
And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Jahmyr Gibbs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
As his guys are able to extend their lead.
A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Prescott now.
They'll run the screen with Moss.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
They're quickly to Thielen here.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Here's Prescott.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
Prescott from the gun. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use time?
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go.
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Prescott.
To the right side, he's got Parker.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now Prescott.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man, it's Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
To the air again, Prescott.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Prescott.
Williams brings it in. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
Here's Prescott.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Prescott.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Blake groupie now for the extra point.
And this is back to a 5-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Stroud. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now a 2nd and 10. Gibbs straight ahead.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
3rd and 5. They'll run again.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Dak. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott.
And the Raiders have got him. One last shot now for Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Raiders, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside...
We got London on the
whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my ratings. I keep it too real for real, and that's the made me rich.